Oh, Adams.
You're live.
Are we live?
You are live.
I'm like a deer in headlights.
I know.
You know what, I'm gonna fix the camera because you guys are like really side heavy.
You're a little too close to me, social distance.
I'm sorry.
They're gonna see our sink.
I thought you set up the camera prior to all of
I
this.
know, what happened?
Because I couldn't really.
If you knew what we went through to make sure he had the right shot, now all of a sudden you see this.
No, it's a thing. Hold on.
It's fine. It's fine.
It looks a little bit...
You're
Say
good.
something so the Main Street now stars you hear. Hello, Main Street.
Hi, can you guys hear us okay?
Paul,
Can you see us okay?
They can hear you guys.
It looks a little bit delayed on my part. But
It is a little delayed, but the audio
okay,
is on,
you
so
can,
you guys are good.
As long as you guys can see us and hear us okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody who says you guys aren't 6 feet apart. Now, listen, if she has it, I already have it, so.
We hang out enough to where we're both infected. Alright, so, yeah, so he's got his sanitizer over there.
Michele Perkins, she doesn't own the restaurant, right?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, so we don't have to be that nice to her?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Michele, I can be nicer because I thought there was, like seating in it for us. Or...
Wait, she can't get us free pie?
We can't get free pie or those muffins.
No, are they still around? They
Yeah,
closed a lot of
they
them.
closed the one down the street.
Alright, okay, so they can hear us?
They can hear us.
They can hear you guys.
So, hi. We are just doing this show since we cannot do our live on location shows at Disney Springs right now, and we thought maybe you guys could use just a little bit of break from watching the news and, you know, just come and have some fun with us. We're going to take your questions and just have a good time. Totally not serious. You know?
Listen, I think we're going to have a good time, but we got to
talk
a little
bit,
somber,
too.
right? A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit somber.
They want to know what's in your bottle, Panda.
This is water with
Lemonade.
Country Time lemonade packet of chemicals that really makes it taste delicious.
He said that I gave him water, and he's like, "You got anything to go in that water?"
I love
like
those
packets?
flavored packets. I do, but it's still water, better than
Still
soda.
water, and I have the same kind of stuff in my Tervis cup.
I do have to give you the true lemon. You can buy strawberry and stuff, and they are all natural. It's stevia, and it tastes pretty darn
Pretty.
good.
Melissa said your hair is so cute, Panda.
Thank you. It's really short. I did go for a haircut today, and they.
Actually, you just said your hair is so cute. I'm assuming it's Panda's.
It might be yours.
I was maybe it's yours.
I don't know.
Who's
Whose hair is you?
Who's hair?
Well, Melissa said it, so I'm guessing it's Michelle's.
Oh.
Well, we're both cute.
And they want to know if the toilet paper is a prize. Paula just asked that.
Well,
This is like on Willy Wonka, the last remaining golden ticket.
This is a golden ticket. Yeah, you know, I was like, do you think people would find this funny if we took a roll of toilet paper and put ears on it? And he's like, yeah, that's totally funny.
Well, listen, you have to invest in one of those bidets. They're $40 on Amazon. They hook up to your seat to the cold water. It's okay that it's cold. I am going to tell you a funny story. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to get weird. But my dad is over my house. It is weird because it's my father. My father is 80 years old. Big guy like me sitting on the boat. John, what's this for? I said, Dad, that's a bidet. A what? It shoots a line of water and it cleans you out a little bit. You know, you still need to dry stuff, but what did I say? So he turns the knob and he turns it all the way up. But I realize if you sit on the back of it and you're big, it stops it until you lean forward a little bit. So I'm like, Dad, what? Knock it off, no nothing! So, Dad, you gotta lean forward. And he leans forward and then his eyes go. I said, yeah, and he goes, get out! So he had his own little time with the bidet. That was the funniest thing, I swear to God. Anyhow, they're on Amazon. They're $50. They're the greatest thing. So I'm not running around for toilet paper. Yes, I want it. But you don't need it.
What?
If you have the bidet.
Okay, so this really was just supposed to be a funny centerpiece. So I hope you found the humor
How quickly
in it.
she changed that.
I
stuff.
did, because I don't even know what to say.
In Europe, they have it everywhere, though. It's a thing.
Okay.
Okay,
I
we're
believe
done.
you.
Let's just move on.
I don't have one, so I don't know.
I'm going to get you one.
Oh, God, for
Okay.
Christmas?
You can install it right here. You did the same thing with your fridge.
Oh, we have...
Because only the side is magnetized.
Yeah.
I'm noticing on her fridge she has all the annual pass magnets on the side. Exactly the way I have them because the front of our fridges are stainless steel and there's no magnets.
There's no
so
magnets.
I see that you...
And do you want to know why I have mine on my refrigerator? Because people steal them off your car.
And the car wash does sometimes get rid of one.
I trust the car wash more than I trust people at Disney.
There's a certain spot on my car that I can't put it because the car wash just gets rid of it.
Oh.
So you can't have this.
You can't have that. Well, there's also people like they're walking by in the parking lot and decide to go and just steal your thing.
Yeah.
Because people are so nice.
I agree with that. I mean, like, not doing it, but it does happen.
No, it totally does.
Jimmy only wants to give us $30 for the TP.
Jimmy, you want it?
Start the bidding.
It's 50 if you want our hand sanitizer with it, because that's a hot commodity right now.
She used it. Okay, can I tell
Go ahead.
I really made this, and it's really effective in the same. Here's the thing. If you start with 99% rubbing alcohol, you can cut that with 20% aloe and then some essential oil like lavender.
Right.
And then it's still at least 70% alcohol. The problem is if you have 70% alcohol, you can't really cut that a lot, maybe by 5%, and then it's going to smell really like alcohol and you don't have the strength. So, and it's right now it's hard to get 99%, but 99% alcohol cut to 75% of it, 25% aloe vera, pure aloe vera, and then I put 10 drops of pure essential lavender oil. And it's really, I did like, will you spray? Sorry, did it go in your face?
No, I don't care.
And then you do this, and
it does smell nice.
It is nice,
It
but it is strong. At first I get hospital, and then I get the lavender.
Okay, so on Monday's show, I was talking about you. You probably didn't know that.
No, somebody told me actually about the hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking about your Panditizer on the show on Monday. So that's why I wanted you to bring that, because
somebody in the chat room, I'll mail them one. I'll just pick somebody.
We'll pick somebody, and you're going to get a Panditizer.
Yeah.
No, but I was telling the story about how you called me when I was in the grocery store parking lot, and when you call me, your face pops up on my phone, your little, your emoji. And then I entered the phone, and you were like, "Oh my God, I can't find hand sanitizer." And then you're like, "I'm gonna make my own." And then he spent the whole weekend making his own hand sanitizer.
I was mad I couldn't buy it, and then when you run out of alcohol, you still can't make it. So it's hard. People got smart. You can't buy alcohol.
No.
And you can't do it with vodka. I mean, you might be able to, but I don't know the. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If I look like I'm looking at the toilet paper, it's because I have my phone here at the chat, and I really should just let him handle the chat.
Scott's monitoring. So
monitoring.
if you guys have any questions for us, or any funny comments, because I'm sure you have some.
As long as you send $5 to Scott to MakeSureMouth.com.
Keith Groshans is here. We love Keith. Keith helps us with logos and things. What's the name of this company? Rocket?
Scott?
Why would you
say
Rocket?
I've
got a million things on my head. You bring that up.
I thought we remembered these things.
I thought you remembered those things. Do you know what a stressful week it's been?
I want to say Rocket something.
I know that's your job to remember that, and then you throw us under the bus.
Keith helps us. We make a logo and he fixes it.
Actually, he made our logo for LOL.
Yes,
he does a lot for Becky.
Do it all.
Yes, for our travel sponsor, Becky and MEI-Mouse Fan Travel.
Who's in the bottom corner?
MouseFanTravel.com, a division of MEI.
Yeah, what he said.
Future vacations are definitely on sale, I believe. Like a big sale.
On sale.
Like a clearance.
Like a clearance.
Like a clearance bin.
So have you been to Publix or like a wholesale club?
We went on Saturday. We went to Sam's Club.
Okay.
And, what?
Did you notice like you could see above that used to be stocked and now there's just...
Yes.
Okay.
And empty boxes. And
no milk?
And yeah, there was no eggs. There was no, it was very weird to see like things that normally aren't huge surplus was gone.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of junk food. You could buy like the big things of candy bars and things, but like not like food.
I couldn't believe there was no eggs and no milk. And I did get worried that what if that closes?
Yeah.
And then I can't get milk or eggs. I don't know.
So, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna put him on the spot right now. So John and I have been friends for 9 years, 8 years, whatever years. And we're more like family than friends. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we harass each other. He's like my brother. So John, when I yell John to you, you go, I capitalize John.
She usually has a gopher coming out of all of us. John! I'm like, oh boy, what happened? Did something happen funny? Is it an emergency? Did I do something wrong and I'm in trouble?
Because when I used to type his name in all caps to get his attention, he'd be like, I can hear you when you write that. Because when we're out in public, I'd be like, John! And I just yell. And I don't mean it like yelling at him, but I'm trying to get his attention. So he sends me all this gloom and doom. And I'm like, I send him the big capital John's back, or the go for a gift that goes, John, like, stop.
You guys know the positive panda. Would I do that?
Yes!
I really do. Every time an article comes out about one more person dropping dead, I can't process it myself.
So he sends it to me.
So I figured she can process it.
And what do I tell you? I tell you, stop it.
You don't want to say stop. You go, oh my God.
Oh my God. And then, see, here's the
All right, I'm not telling you anything anymore.
Did you hear Corey? But I yell at everyone. Corey Tucker says I yell at everyone. No, I'm
Mark Daniel is here. Okay, Mark's YouTube channel stuff is getting really good.
Yes.
Rocket Juice, by the way.
Rocket Juice. That's Keith Grosch's logo. You need logo stuff, go to Rocket Juice. Mark Daniel's YouTube. Mark Daniel is the tall guy who's the...
He's been on the show.
Okay. He's
not
what does he do?
He's a host.
He's a host.
Disney host.
He's a Disney actor.
All the live hosts.
And Mark does his dating thing. Did you see his dating thing?
Yes.
He does like this is a Mark Daniel bachelor pad. If you a woman gonna come over to my house, I'm gonna show you that. And then she goes, Chewbacca, this is not about you. It's funny stuff. It's great.
Or when he complains about traffic on I-4. Have you seen those videos about how awful I-4 is?
I think I have.
And my mother just said hi, Shell and John. Hi, Mom.
Sharon.
Hi. We are so...
I'm sorry, roll over the place.
We are. Okay, so...
Are you guys going to start the show, or...?
This is it.
This is it.
We're 16 minutes in, well, 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in. So.
Yeah, because somebody had said earlier that they should have had a drinking game with Chuck, who said every time we go down the rabbit hole on subjects, and they said they'd be dead by the end of the...
Speaking of
just
rabbit
hook up to an IV.
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
Aren't they closing up too?
Everybody's closing up.
No, but not even for the coronavirus. Hobby Lobby, I thought was going on.
No.
So it's like the Hocus Pocus show's going away, huh?
Yeah, don't say that.
I really thought Hocus Pocus was going
Wait, no. Hobby Lobby is good. I love Hobby Lobby.
Shane just said Mark is the Disney equivalent of Ryan Seacrest.
He
Better than Ryan.
is. Mark, if you're
Ryan.
still watching, if you haven't left us yet, you're like Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
But,
Mark probably came in and ran away.
He probably
Jimmy Horn said he's here for me and Michelle, not you.
Well, Jimmy, you're just going to have to leave.
And Jimmy
Thanks, Jimmy.
typed John in all caps, too, so he's yelling at you, too.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy Horn is really annoying.
Okay, so Robert Carlson wants to know if Sunny Eclipse is somewhere in the living room. No, we did not go in and steal Sunny Eclipse. He knows I don't like Sunny Eclipse.
And she doesn't like Figment either.
They know!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Figment and Sunny.
Figment and Sunny
If I
Eclipse.
get shorter, it's because this chair is a plastic bucket. And little by little, I just start to go under. So every now and then, I gotta take my fat and do this.
Because John's actually 7'8".
7'6". You're exactly
Sorry.
right. 7'6".
Well, when he went to sit down, he goes, "Oh, good, the chair." Well, because we have these bar
It's a
chairs we bought at
slippery
IKEA.
bucket seat. And somebody sprayed Pam on it before my
And I'm like, next time we'll get like Velcro, like the double sided, and we'll.
I need to be
the
strapped
chair
in like a car seat.
so that you don't fall. So if he slides down, it's because of my IKEA chairs. Sorry. Oh, somebody said, Donald said, Sunny Eclipse got laid off too. So, aw.
Speaking of the layoffs, that does bother me when I see that the people aren't. If you're closing for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you would just say, okay, we're going to pay you and we'll see you in 3 weeks. But we're seeing a lot of layoffs where the people are terminated completely. And Scott did say it makes sense that they can get unemployment during that time.
Right.
Still makes me scared that it's going to last longer. So that's just something that bothers
he's
me.
referring to an article I put out a couple hours ago about there was 2 establishments at Disney Springs that laid off all their employees. And the headline, yes, it sounds bad, but if you actually read the blog that's been going, and not just mine, anybody's, it was for the greater good that they want these people to get paid. And I think it was Art Smith's Homecoming and Splitsville, I believe.
Okay, now Art Smith's Homecoming, the fried chicken. I really hope somebody knows how to still make it.
Yeah.
But what's really sad is the egg rolls from Yak and Yeti, because Landry's fired.
Oh, I didn't know Landry.
What if they don't know how to make the egg rolls?
They'll get them back.
I hope. We're going to have a little funeral for the egg
No, we're not. So, okay, before, I know we're joking and we're all over the board, but two things, but like I'm going to really back in for a second. Okay, so our show, MEI-Travel Mouse live on location for Disney Springs. Obviously, we're not at Disney Springs because we're not allowed to be. But we are still talking to the Springs. When all of this crazy is over, we will be back at the Springs. And John wanted to come over and talk to you guys so that we can still, even if we can't come.
It's actually therapeutic for me. I'm all joking aside, as much as I joke around. This is therapeutic for me to talk with Michele and you guys. If I feel still like I'm still having fun with you and involved, because it's a little crazy.
It is a little crazy. And if you watch, speaking of crazy, if you watch the news or scroll social media all day long, it makes you nuts. I mean, I have had.
And that's all I do.
I do too. And then you send it to me, and then I'm like, ugh. But so like I've had like literal chest pains for like a week.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Not from you, from everything.
No, it's because we can't pay our bills. It has nothing to do with you.
that scares me too.
That's our scare too.
Yeah, we were talking about that because we run our own businesses and small businesses taking a hit, and hopefully we were not going to be broadcasting from a cardboard box by June. I mean, I hope not.
I'd hate to pay for the Wi-Fi in a box.
I just picture the box. We're a little cold, but we're still coming alive.
We're still coming to you live. Maybe by then we can have like a donate button or something if we're in a box. I mean, I hope not. But anyway, but when all this is over, we will be back in the Springs. Is what I was trying to say. We're still in contact. There's nothing wrong. That's that's not why.
I'm sure. No, I agree totally with what you said. But it's amazing too with every facet of life that's getting affected by this. My nieces and nephews do preschools, and I think, okay, people still go to preschools. No, a lot of the families, people get laid off, and they no longer need preschool. So it's just a domino effect of how many things, and our life was very different a month ago. So it's just scary.
2 weeks ago.
If I would have asked any of you a month ago, 2 months ago, do you think Disney World would close? You would all have said, absolutely not. Disney in another country is just a park. It's not like here, Disney, and it's closed.
Well, if you think about it, last week, were not every blogger excited because they announced Avengers Campus. The opening day for Avengers Campus was last week on Tuesday, I think. And by Wednesday, the world had fallen apart.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we were talking about on our Monday show, is that we were so excited a week ago about all kinds of other things. Avengers Campus was announced, and we were setting up our shows at the Springs, and we were excited about that, and we were just coming off the high from, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
What a great ride.
And
I can't wait to go back.
And Cirque got canceled. We got to see, not canceled.
It's postponed, right? That's going to be amazing.
That's going to be so good. We got to see the preview of it on the same day as Runaway Railway, and we only got to see, about 10 minutes of it, would you say?
I see 10 minutes.
But did you want to see more? It was like
when the desk got up and walked. It was a drawing desk for Walt.
Yes.
And it literally hopped away and moved. By the way, I'm sorry, but Don Nicholson is asking who's feeding the animals on the Jungle Cruise, and I do know this information.
Oh, you do? Okay, you tell me.
No, the Hall of Presidents. The presidents are allowed for this one time to go and feed. They're asking them to. The Jungle Cruise animals. So there you go, Don. I'm sorry. I had the answer to that. I wanted to share it with you.
So, everybody's got to do their part.
Everybody's got to do their part. Yeah. And Trump is giving them toilet paper. Paper towels.
Paper towels. And don't forget about the horses on the carousel.
They need to. I think the dwarfs are taking care of it.
Oh, perfect.
Who's feeding the Yeti?
We could come up with a whole...
Who's feeding the Yeti?
Story.
Who's feeding the disco Yeti?
The shaman. the shaman lady from Avatar.
She can actually get up and walk?
Yes! You see her toes?
And her.
I
like her.
I love her.
She's impressive. But seriously though, so let's talk a minute just about how all of this feels. Living here, I talked to my dad yesterday. I don't remember. I've talked to my parents every day this week almost, whether they text me or whatever. And he asked, "What's it like in Orlando theme park, vacation capital, everything. And he said for all of that to be closed, it has to feel so weird. And it does.
It does. I don't think I've accepted it. I think that I believe that if I wanted to go visit today, I could.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's just, he said it's weird there, but in Michigan right now, nothing's going on anyway.
Right.
But he said, but down here, especially because, it's spring break for the locals right now, and there's nothing going on.
Okay. I-92, 192, Earl Bronson Royal Highway, was fairly busy today getting here, and I was shocked, like, where are they going?
Where are they going?
I don't know. But so that felt very normal to me, like Disney was still operating. I know they're not, but it feels like they're operating.
We should have done the show from the parking lot, Magic Kingdom.
We probably could have.
I
think Lou drove around there.
He did. He drove around there the first day.
It's like a ghost town?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend that works with us, Liz, she did the same thing. She lives behind the Magic Kingdom. So it's so weird to see everything, just there's nothing, We went last night to go pick up dinner for the kids, and it was weird because where I live, there's a shopping center right across the highway area, the road. Everything was dark. It was 8 o'clock at night, and everything was dark.
That's weird.
Like even places like Ulta, and like there's a shoe store there, and there's a Books A Million. Everything was like, it reminded me of Christmas Day, or whatever, when they close things.
Somebody said, is it, I'm going to say either Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli?
Ghirardelli?
Somebody said that's still open. Is that possible?
How can everything else be
Disney
closed if they're
Springs?
open?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious if anybody knows anything about that. Let me know.
Okay, because see, here's what I heard. This is what I heard and was sort of cool.
That they can do what they want.
Well, yeah. Okay, so there's Disney stores that Disney owned things at the Springs, and then the way they call it, like the third party.
Like Sephora.
Like Sephora and those stores, like the third party stores were kind of closing one by one as they felt.
Okay.
And then Disney put out that they were closing like World of Disney and the Co-op and all that stuff. So it kind of was up to the others' discretion, but I can't imagine that the ice cream place would stay open if everybody else is closed.
It would seem.
It doesn't
I mean,
make
it would get
sense.
great business.
Isn't the resorts tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, maybe they're doing it with the resorts.
I wonder if they're waiting until the resorts are closed and then they'll close because they're figuring give the people at the resorts something.
Okay.
Are the buses still coming at the resorts?
I think all the
until
transportation is still
tomorrow.
going until resorts. But here's the thing, and I found this odd, and I'm not trying to shade anybody, but it's odd. So one of my friends, her boyfriend works at a resort, and I was talking to her, and she said that, I asked her, how is it going, trying to get everybody out by Friday, because they're done tomorrow at 5. She said that, like, yesterday there was still people wanting to check in, and they're trying to get people to check out. So, like, they were just like, oh, I just want us to be able to stay, like, another day or two. And I guess I don't understand that as much as I love to see.
I don't think they book the rooms at the resort for that one night. They'd have to call on the phone and make a reservation.
Yeah, they're like showing up at the resorts wanting to go and stay.
It's a little weird.
But I think the resorts are trying to get people to go home and be safe.
Hi, Meredith. I'm sorry, Meredith from Universal.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say you have to be, as much as you would love Disney, you have to realize the cast members are human.
Yes.
And let's not put a burden on them. Let's go. Some people were upset that the last night before they closed, that some of the cast members were shaken and crying.
Right.
And I have to tell you, as much as we want to believe there's magic, and there is magic in Disney, we know it. To me, it's more magical that they're so passionate and so emotional that they're crying. And if that's a problem, take your kids and leave. You're not supposed to be there right now anyway. Is that bad?
Oh.
Is that a fire?
No, that's fact. That's fact.
I mean, because people are saying, I can't believe that the person taking the photos on Main Street cried, and my kids saw them crying. I'm like,
I saw that.
Get out.
Then leave.
Yeah, but I love that the cast members have that. They're invested emotionally. If they're like, yeah, we're closing tomorrow, who cares? That's not who I want when it reopens.
No, and like I always say, when it comes to Disney, either you get it or you don't. Like, we totally get it. It's our lives. We put out.
And I get there's disappointment if your trip is canceled. That's
for sure.
disappointing, but it's
cast
not
members,
anyone's fault.
After a year of planning and all the savings.
And if you're healthy, it's going to be there.
But
It's coming back.
The cast members make the magic for the guests. So, people should cut them a break because they're affected by it as well.
Yeah, I'd like to go. If I was there that last year, and I wasn't, because I was scared of.
I was afraid of it too.
I would have brought little packages of chocolate and said, "Here, thank you for everything."
Yeah,
something.
like don't be mad. And you gotta remember, some of those kids that were crying were the college program kids that had to go home early. You know, that is a big blow for these kids. They want to go
You
home.
have it in your head that you're not going home till, what is it, June, July?
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, you gotta leave in a couple days.
Start packing. That's depressing.
That's
I'm
really
sorry, I don't mean to
sad.
bring that. That is depressing.
I think that, you know, when bad things happen, it brings out either the best in people or the worst
Yes,
in people.
you
And
really
have a
find out
choice. You really
We do.
do. And priorities.
And I have to tell you the thing, too, and I'm not just blowing smoke at you or me,
Okay, what?
even with this. The way you're still doing your shows, the way you're still doing, don't cry. It still shows at the end when it reopens. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of vlogger people doing good things.
So we don't watch them, no?
But not true. You could see who's,
Everybody just logged off.
who's going to take the negative road and just say, "Oh, it's closed. I don't want to do anything positive." You know, like I'm trying to do those virtual shows.
Yes.
And go on a tour and a party.
I think it's almost like, I don't know if you feel that way, but I almost feel like it's our responsibility
Absolutely.
to keep. We try to give you guys Disney magic every day of the year. Even on Christmas, there's posts scheduled. Even on our birthdays. Even on if we're sick. And this is the same thing. That's what we do for you guys. So we don't want to let you down and not give you Disney. I mean, if Disney is closed and you can't go, we can't go either, but we can still try our best to still bring you what we can.
I went through, I don't want to do this just to plug my thing, but I went through I can't believe it, there's nothing I can do, to having this burst of, no, there is something I can do. We can have a quarantine party. We can all chat on YouTube. Saturday at 9 p.m. Do you have anything going on Saturday at 9 p.m.?
Probably not.
Okay, no, but I just want to make sure you know.
I'm stuck in the house.
Saturday at 9 p.m. I'm going to put on BigFatPanda.com the Main Street Electrical Parade. It's only 25 minutes, and I felt like they canceled it, but now that it's closed, it's my Disney. And at 9 o'clock on Saturday, the Main Street Electrical Parade is coming.
The parade is back.
If you're around, come chat with me. But it's not just to do it, it's also for me, because I tell you, when I saw people show up to the other one, I needed it, and I felt good.
Because we feel sad, too. I mean, I know all you guys
really
feel sad. It's sad. I mean, this morning when I woke up, Scott just joked with me, but I had to think about it for a second that it was a joke. He's like, "You want me to make fast passes for the weekend?"
That honestly would be an adorable thing to do.
That is honestly what we
You
would
could do it for rides we have videos of.
Like what?
See?
So from like 1 to 220, or 120 to 220, we can ride the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you know if I had film of a queue, I would literally release it and I would sit and watch the queue.
I'm sure we do between us.
We should.
We have a
I know it sounds so stupid, but I miss even stuff like that.
It's how we take it for granted
We do take it
when we have it every day. Or how many times do you say, "I'm not going to wait in line, let's get a fast pass next time"?
all the time.
Well, what if there is no next time in this case?
You know what? I feel like I'm hoping, this is my hope, is that, you know, right now everybody is trying, well, for the most part, some people are crappy, but most people are trying to be nice to each other and trying to be uplifting and trying to be understanding and being appreciative of what we had just a week ago. And I hope that once all this passes, that people don't forget how blessed and lucky that we are.
What's the saying? You don't know what you have.
So you don't have it anymore, and it's not just Disney. It's everything. Like the shopping mall stuff we take for granted. Going out to eat, going to the Springs, and you know, let's go to Earl Sandwich and have lunch. You know, or let's walk through World of Disney and see what's new. Stuff that you just took for granted, and then when it's not there, it's like, wow, sad.
Can we mention movies?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a quick thing because I don't know what Disney's going to do, but they did release Frozen 2 on Disney Plus, which was great. It was pretty early. I'm glad I didn't purchase it on Apple TV for $19.99 because it was like, what, 2 weeks later they released it.
Yeah.
Universal is releasing The Invisible Man tomorrow and Trolls World Tour.
Oh, yeah.
These are fresh theater movies that you can rent them for $19.99. People are mad because they want to buy them for $19.99. But if you went to the movie to see it, you pay $10 a person.
And if you get popcorn and whatever else.
And you gotta listen to the person next to you who's coughing. You don't have to do that at home.
Or somebody kicking your seat. You don't have to worry about that either.
So a $19.99 rental for a brand new movie, I'm all for it.
For 48 hours, I think you said?
For 48 hours. Now, if Disney did that with Onward, I would be all for it.
Oh,
or anything new.
anything new.
It would actually, I think, help the numbers.
Listen, I wonder if they would actually make more than I feel. I don't know.
They bought Rise of Skywalker early.
Yes, yeah, that's another thing.
But they didn't buy it.
I bought it
Okay.
just to show them support. Yeah, that it came out early.
The only problem with it though is like, okay, so you buy it, but you invite 10 friends over.
Right.
Now Disney's not getting 10 ticket sales; they're getting one $20
But here's
purchase.
the thing: how many of those 10 people would have went to the theater and bought it? We don't know how much
That's
they're
true.
losing.
That's true.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. But then you might have somebody that pays the $19.99 for 48 hours, and then a couple of friends come over another day and they want to watch it again and pay another $19.99.
True.
I don't know, but I have a
Or you're a
feeling
hacker like me and record it.
the theater model as a whole did not want this, and I think this, if the tests go well, we might be
Theaters could go away.
Our culture may be changing.
Everything's different.
And then you don't have germs in the theater. Anyway.
You don't have germs. I mean, it is different though. And then when people buying the movies, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it kind of like shows like the need to not have to go. And it's when they released said they were going to do Frozen 2 early, like the whole world rejoiced. Like, oh my gosh, like Disney gave them the best gift ever. And right now, you can't go anywhere anyway. It's not safe to go anywhere anyway. So what else are you going to do but find things to watch from your couch?
Look at the movie releases that have been postponed.
Look at movie releases.
Mulan, Black Widow.
You know, and I'm not saying, just kind of a disclaimer, I'm not saying that you can't go anywhere. That's not what people are telling you. They're saying it's better to stay home. If you have a compromised immune system, they say definitely stay home.
I don't think that, no, I think they're telling everybody.
Kind of everybody to.
Because you can carry it to an older person, a person with asthma. And let me tell you, I don't know if you've watched the news today, it doesn't seem like only the old people are getting it.
No.
Some of the healthy people are getting it. And somebody says, oh yeah, the person that passed had a pre-existing illness. What was it? He had asthma. That's not much of a pre-existing illness.
No, it scares me because my younger son has asthma, and I feel like, I forget who asked me. Somebody asked me earlier about Aiden, and I said we have upstairs, and I feel like I kind of like Rapunzeled him, or he's my own Pascal. Like he's up in his tower.
Your mother Gothel?
Yeah, like he's not allowed to come down because
I want to see Ava. Where will my life begin?
Maybe put Ava up there, get her a Pascal outfit. We could totally do that.
Can we make Ava green with the CGI on
We
the
probably could, couldn't we? Make Ava green. We're going to turn
Okay.
Ava into Pascal. That's like totally a great idea. I don't know what to say. See, now you got me feeling weird, like I got to put hands down.
I just touched my face.
He touched his
Oh
face,
my
that's why.
gosh. See?
You know,
See,
by the
it
way,
gets
you
me
can't
nervous.
not touch your face. I've realized you can't. My eye is always itchy here or something. You just do.
Have an eyelash fall.
I'm constantly messing with my hair, or my eyes itch because I have allergies. I am always doing this. So it's very hard to make a conscious effort to not do that. And now I smell like fall because mine is pumpkin.
What? This pumpkin?
It's funny.
I used it before and immediately you're like, it's October.
It's October. Happy Halloween. Pumpkin cupcake. Because I stock up like with the seasonal stuff, and I just grab whatever I have. I'm sure I got Christmas ones too, but that's pumpkin cupcake.
Did you hear about people putting up their Christmas lights?
I did.
I thought you said you. I thought you were gonna say you did put up your.
No, I like it though.
I do.
I'm not putting them up.
scared that. No, I'm scared that. She says I like it. Scott said we're not putting them up. I'm scared that it might make Christmas less special. The only reason why Christmas is so special is because it is once every 12 months. So I don't know. We should, maybe we get a COVID-19 twirly thing and everybody puts that.
Oh
on.
jeez.
I'm kidding.
But you know.
You like the purge.
But I don't want to go through the work of putting my tree up. I mean, that's a lot of work, and I don't want to go put stuff on the
I agree.
outside. And then, like, the homeowners association might come knock on your door and say, "Hey, you're
It
not
is
supposed
much
to
better
have this
weather
up."
to put it up though for people up north.
Did you see the Italians in Sicily out on their balcony singing?
Yes.
Did you see Gloria?
Yes.
Every word was in Italian. It's a Cinda giunda zando, Gloria. But somebody said to me, it didn't hit me at first. Everybody's got an accordion. In Italy, apparently, having an accordion is like a thing. How many of you have accordions? None.
None.
No, now they're going to come. Jimmy Horn is definitely going to tell me he has an
He has
accordion.
an accordion.
And I'm not going to believe him.
I want to
So-
see a picture of your accordion in the comments.
Donald asked a question for you guys. Which Disney character would you choose to be locked down for 2 weeks with?
What?
Like, if you had a Disney character,
I
you
have
had to
to
be
see
locked
Mickey
down.
Mouse, but if it's not Mickey Mouse, let me think. Not Mickey Mouse. Who would it be?
So
I know who you would be. With
Duh.
No. I have an inappropriate answer. Do you want
Marvel
it?
doesn't count.
I was not going to say Loki. You said a Disney character, so you look at him right away.
Okay, so who would you have said if Marvel was inappropriate?
If it's not
You
Loki,
don't have to tell us why.
I want to know.
It wasn't Loki?
Well, Loki, if it were Tom Hiddleston.
You're so guilty though right now.
Oh
Who
my
is
God.
it?
No, I was going to say, because I know you thought I would say Rapunzel.
Yeah.
No, Flynn Rider.
Oh, okay.
I'm Rapunzel and he can be Flynn.
Okay.
I'm going to go to bed now. Nice seeing you, John. Drive home safe. Shut down the feed.
You can do the smolder.
No, I can't.
I need some smolder.
No, because we actually met Zachary Levi last year at MegaCon. And,
Oh, he's awesome.
I saw
your picture with him.
And I liked him.
He's
nice.
on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Give me that.
That's great. Give us that.
Give us that. Okay, my friend Melissa actually painted this for me for my birthday.
That looks like a real piece.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, my friend
Why
Melissa
you could go to Michael's for $10 and get a frame for that?
I know I'm gonna get a frame.
You have to.
I've had it on my kitchen.
It doesn't matter. It looks perfectly weathered like it was on a tree.
Yeah.
And you need a frame for this. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Melissa. But yeah, so since I'm Rapunzel, I'll put like a braid in the whole thing, and I will be quarantined with Flynn. Who would you be quarantined with?
I was going with cartoon characters, so I'd say Mickey Mouse. But let me think of.
See, Scott wouldn't let me do real people. We had to go cartoon.
You know who I want to talk to? The guy, not the encyclopedia guy, the guy who pre-fills in what you say on Wreck-It Ralph. Umbridge? Umbra?
Oh!
I just like him. I want to talk to him.
But could you take it for 2 weeks?
No, can't take it.
Because you got to remember, you got to be quarantined with the character for 2 weeks.
I'd kill him
I
after
think
4
Vanellope.
years.
I would go to Vanellope too. Just
For candy.
I want to be her big guy and just hang out with her and travel and do fun things.
Yeah. Okay, see, but do you see how he got defensive right away?
I didn't get defensive. I thought it was Loki.
He thought I was going to say Loki from the Marvel series.
Of stuff.
She would take Tom Hiddleston.
I think if you
she would divorce me and Tom Hiddleston came in.
Right away, like, you can't say Loki because he knows.
It's Disney. You can't jump.
Honestly, though, why do all these women like Loki? I don't get it.
He's a bad boy. Girls always like the bad boys. Then they get their hearts broken.
Bad boys in Marvel?
Okay, so maybe.
All right.
Okay, but here's my opinion.
Corey will take Jessica Rabbit.
Do you really want my opinion?
Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you. From my opinion, one, some girls, like good girls, like the bad boys.
Good girl.
But aren't there better bad boys than
No, and
like Thanos?
No.
He's purple.
Loki, Tom Hiddleston, whichever, same thing. He's got this accent, and when he talks,
He's a Brit.
you're like, oh my gosh. He could read me the phone book. He could read me like furniture instructions on IKEA. Like I could just listen to him talk in slowly. I mean.
Now she says I got defensive, but I talk this way about every female actors in the world. I be getting the daggers thrown at me.
Thank you for coming.
And she knows it.
It's for entertainment purposes. Like I don't really mean all those things about Tom Hiddleston.
Lies. I'm watching the feed. You can't hide behind your phone.
Why did you get me in trouble?
Okay, I'm going to change the subject real quick. I'm going to promote something I'm doing that is not created by me. I have no skin in the game. But
or it's not created by Tom Hiddleston either.
Not created by Tom Hiddleston. Benjamin Lancaster, who did Walt's Frozen Head and the Further Adventures of Walt's Frozen Head, with Ron Schneider, who's the original Dreamfinder, he made an audio podcast drama. It's worldoftomorrowseries.com. I play Rick Russo, the cop, in it. And there's only 2 episodes out now. Next Tuesday comes out the 3rd episode. It's on iTunes, podcasts, and stuff. It's very Disney heavy. There is language in it that is adult only, so it's not just children. Only 1 or 2 words, not concepts that are bad, just words. Just to give it to you.
See, that's what I've been wanting to do for a while, is a drama like that. Dramatization.
Listen,
we all need to do it.
Until he put it together and I heard it with music, and I was like, he did a really good
There's a
job.
Star Wars one where they do that with a bunch of the actors that are from different things. Tom Kane, who's the narrator for Happily Ever After, plays Yoda in it. It's a whole thing. It's a dramatization. What's his name? Dave Collins.
Really?
Plays Han Solo in the thing.
So who is it? Lucasfilm writing the stories?
It's a lot of Lucas voice actors are doing the pieces of it to bring it together. They did it at Celebration. They did a live reading.
Lucasfilm's blessing.
I think it has to have their blessing, but why couldn't we write other storylines?
Look at their like.
It could be like that.
We could do Disney fan fiction stuff.
We could do a lot of cool. It'd be almost like the TV show was, where you merge all these characters.
I can help you write something if we want to do.
I think we could have fun
not
with
a Kingdom Keepers, but something similar.
That would be something to do.
Okay, all right.
And don't forget about turning my bulldog into Pascal.
All we have to do is
First thing we're gonna do is have to take Loki out. Thanos is gonna snap again in Loki's neck.
Aw, you're so mean.
Oh God, we're losing. What are we doing?
I think because we went down
You guys went down the rabbit hole.
we went down the rabbit hole.
That's okay.
What
They
else
were on for
about
almost 40 minutes.
This whole thing are we doing? When is your next Monday night? You're still doing your show.
Yeah, we're still doing our show on Monday.
TMSM LLO, we believe one will be in April. We don't know for sure, but we believe the end of April.
Towards the end of April,
End of
hopefully
April
we
should go.
We have like I had put out on the LOL page like tentative dates that we have. So you can see like the dates that we have. Like the only date I know, we were supposed to be at Wine Bar George this month, but we had to cancel, so we rescheduled Wine Bar George for July. They asked for July, so hopefully everything's all good by then.
Wine Bar George is hard because not too many people fit in the space.
40.
They actually
44
made a because I went to see them before everything fell apart. I went to Wine Bar George and they were only going to allow 30 in there, and they opened a separate room to put 10 more. So Wine Bar George, when those tickets come back up, it's only 40. So
can we allude to what we're talking about for some of the other venues?
We can allude.
Can we allude to Cirque du Soleil?
I was going to say, can we tell the big one that Taylor just spent the dream on?
I'm kidding.
That is our dream one right now.
But we don't know if it's outside or if it's on the stage.
Did you hear what he said? I don't know if I heard what you said.
Cirque du Soleil. Either way, and there may be a performer available for us as a guest.
We got some stuff working.
Yes.
Right?
And that one, we've been talking about that one since even before Cirque was announced as far as the opening date.
If we do that audio drama, we have our villain, Cheryl Thomas.
There we go.
I'm sorry, Cheryl, but you would do a good
Jack,
villain.
no.
She's gonna shoot you.
No, I think she actually knows. She's like, darn right, I'd be a good.
Okay, so but since the cat's out of the bag, so to speak.
I don't know. I didn't know. Maybe.
The Cirque du Soleil building is one of the venues that we are talking to.
And they're talking to us.
And
They've
they're
asked for
talking to
information, so it's not like we're just putting it out there.
So
hoping
it's not something that is. And maybe it's not an if, it's a when. We're just trying to
see. We do have to test the net and make sure that if I fall,
I want a crash pad. Like if we're gonna go jumping around, I don't think they expect us.
Hi everyone, and welcome.
I want to see John come out swinging onto the stage.
Let me just change out of the spandex.
That would be Disney magic. That would be Disney magic.
Okay, so we are in talks with Cirque to host a show.
Cirque to hold up.
Cirque to hold up. Cirque to.
Isn't she on in the morning with Kathy Lee?
That's true. Cirque is one of the future locations, and House of Blues, they're having a big party in October. They're giving us the whole back room.
And there's a chance for even a bigger party at House of Blues.
We're still trying to look into
where their concerts
Wasn't there a Raglan possible?
August.
For
we
the
are already
Great
set
Irish.
for Raglan Road Labor Day weekend.
Which is
the
a
Great Irish
big weekend.
Yeah, you better come, because these are big rooms.
Yes. I think they said they can hold 60 right
now.
But that's a big thing, though, because the Great Irish Hooey does not have a problem packing people in.
Yeah, they're having their festival that weekend, the Great Irish Hooey, which is like St. Patrick's Day type of festival, but since St. Patrick's Day got canceled, I bet you it's going to be even a bigger party.
I actually, how sad is it that I forgot?
Yeah.
That it was St. Patrick's Day.
I think everybody kind of did. And that was another thing. They were showing on the news the other night.
We keep touching our face. They're going to kill us.
I know.
I'm just like, there's no way not to.
John wants to see Panda in tights on a high wire.
Oh, God.
I'm doing it, Don.
You're going to be out of the Pandatizer by the time the show's over.
No, this is yours, actually. So
well, then it's going to be out.
Oh, my God, it's almost half gone. That's what
no, that was, I never really completely, to have more, I didn't completely.
You used half it on the way here.
I will send a few of these.
It really smells like fall. I really like pumpkin spice latte in here. Yeah, yours is better, but mine is.
That is a pumpkin cupcake.
It is a pumpkin cupcake. So anyway, we have Raglan Road, House of Blues, Cirque, Wine Bar George.
You think if we get the boathouse, we will come to that one?
I'm thinking if we can get the top floor because
I want the top floor of the boathouse.
Does it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was thinking. You got me confused.
I'm sorry. I was talking about the boat. I was talking about paddlefish.
Oh, paddlefish. Yeah.
If we get the upstairs and the nicer.
Awesome. Yeah.
We're aiming big. Because the Springs has been so good with us, and they said, if you don't ask, you don't know.
And Kurt told us nothing is off the table.
Nothing's off the table, so we're going to ask. And actually, Cirque was not our idea, it was theirs.
Actually, I take it back. One thing is off the table. I was told flat out no when I asked for the stage outside of World of Disney. I was told you have to be Disney Performing Arts or a Disney musician to do that.
I am not the Disney Performing Arts.
No, you're not. Apparently. Where they have like the dance kids that come in and stuff.
Or then they have the...
That would be hard though, too, because you're outside and people would be peasant.
Who was that? Maybe that's why, because everybody would have to hear us. And maybe not everybody wants to hear us.
Somebody just says it's a Dole Whip scented.
No Dole Whip scented.
No, but I'm going to get pineapple now and make it a Dole Whip.
Make Dole Whip. This could be it.
Pineapple and vanilla, right?
John, you could make, pineapple and vanilla.
I'm not selling them.
No, you could start selling them, and then you wouldn't even need BigFatPanda.com no more.
You know what? If I lose my job, don't say anything there. I will sell them.
Bed Bath and Panda.
And when Purell becomes available,
well.
Not if your scent is better.
The scent will be better, but it still costs me more money than it costs Purell to make.
Oh, we're going to buy it in...
I would have to sell for $6, I think, to make money.
We're going to buy it in 55-gallon drums. Amazon will deliver it for free. If you're Prime.
Of sanitizer.
Robert says, TMSM LOL coming in 2021 to the stage at Cinderella. Forget it.
Robert, do you know?
That would be awesome.
I would cry. Like,
me too. We wouldn't even know what to do.
You know what? I'm not saying it could happen, but if you recall, a couple months ago, they had the podcasters who were chosen by Disney to come do a podcast live from the Tomorrowland Terrace.
I'll go for that.
Lou was one of them. Lou was one of them. WDW News or Today, right? Not News Today, the other one. Logan's podcast.
I'll take Tiana's gazebo if she lends it to us in the back.
Heck yeah! Or the second floor of Pinocchio's house up there, where nobody sits up there. We wouldn't fit anybody up there, but
they could stand around in the bottom and watch.
Do you remember like okay, let's use a football game for example. They have the football game table, and then you see everything behind them. You'd be able to see the castle and the carousel and everything behind us up on that balcony.
But it's not. It isn't about the venue. It's about the audience.
It is. It's not.
But we just get excited with all these things because I never thought that would happen.
No, because he's like.
That will happen. We are still planning all this.
It's funny because when I first had this idea and we approached John, John's like, I don't know if this would work.
Did I really say that?
You did say that.
I still feel that way.
And then I went to Becky and I said, Becky, what do you think? And she's like, I think it'll work. And John's like, I'm in.
I think until I found out that it was really happening, I still didn't believe it.
He was.
I was hopeful, but.
You were worried that nobody would come to the show.
I was worried. I didn't know how.
We'd be sitting there by ourselves.
You guys think we're all secure. She has it too, but I'm pretty insecure about a lot of things.
I didn't know how long it would take us to get to Disney. Because at first, when we first thought, though, we never thought about Disney Springs as a possible venue.
Robert says carousel progress. One of us needs to see. Now see Michelle. Go see Michelle. Michelle will be there waiting for you.
Be like, I want the
Oven
scene
$5.50.
The pumpkin, so I can bring my pumpkin sanitizer. We can pass it out. I like that one. It's my favorite.
The fall scene?
Wait, no. I like the one at the end, too. It reminds me of when I was a kid. It's supposed to be the future. It's more like 80s video.
I do like the pumpkin one because that's the 50s?
I think so.
I think
it's very
so.
50s. And I don't know 50s, but I like that stuff.
No, it reminds me
of... You look good for your age. He's 32.
I'm 70s. I'm born in the 70s.
Somebody's the basketball court in the Matterhorn. Oh, yeah, if we ever got out to Disneyland. Hey, John.
Oh, I would do it.
Downtown Disney.
If we ever...
I need to go to Disneyland again.
If we could ever get out to Disneyland, we'd do a show from there.
I would do it.
What domain did you tell me to buy? TMSM LOTR. Live on the road.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
And it's also Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings!
So we gotta find a Winnebago company that'll give us a Winnebago. We'll advertise for them all week.
I would do it.
And we're gonna travel across the nation to Disneyland.
I would do it.
Can you imagine us in a Winnebago going across country
do you have to pass Michigan?
No, it's way up there. I couldn't stop and see my mom.
That is RV, Clark.
It would be like...
Why are dogs attacking people?
Jack hears somebody else. There's been a dog barking out that is making me very angry. But a cross-country road trip would be crazy. Can you imagine that? Jack, stop it. Sorry.
That would be honestly pretty. I would be into that.
I'd be in it, especially if we could report from all the different.
Is there a bidet on the Winnebago?
Oh,
you could bring yours.
We could stop in Vegas on the way back too.
But they gotta poop before they go. Oh, you mean?
But you can't go the whole way.
No, Vegas. I never.
4 days, you got all
Vegas,
of it.
I would love to see the Venetian in
Have you
Vegas.
ever
I took her last time we were there.
We only were there one day.
I used to go
We were
every
out
year.
there.
My dad lived there, so I was
There's
there
no
every
Disney
year.
stuff in Vegas. is there?
No.
No.
They started to go family oriented in the 90s, and then they got away from it because they realized Vegas is just not a family place. There is an Avengers thing.
An Avengers exhibit or something out
Something
there?
like an
So there is
Avengers
Disney out there.
James, I did that on my first show. You know that.
Zip line from the castle. I remember that.
Tinker Bull
Everybody knew you were Tink.
Everybody knows you.
was the day jump.
Okay, so I guess we can't go to Vegas, but that would be fun.
All right, so listen, you guys got to keep positive.
Yep.
I'm talking to ourselves, right? Can I say that?
Not about
you guys
Disney.
got to keep positive. The news is going to get scary, I believe, in the next week. I think because tests are coming out, we're going to see more. Don't let it affect you.
Just
Keep
You know,
going.
I don't want to quote the Bible, but I remember they would say stuff like, have faith, believe in me, and don't let it affect you.
Yes.
I know it's hard to say that, but
You're supposed to. That's what when I talked to my dad yesterday, he said, sometimes the easy saying of what you were trying to say is let go and let God. God's
and we
got
have
your
no
back.
other choice.
We have no choice and no what's gonna here's what my dad said. What's gonna happen is gonna happen, and none of the worrying and not sleeping and fretting is gonna change that.
Somebody said something about the worry is going to hurt you because you're worrying for nothing half the time.
Yes.
Yeah. We're worrying about the what ifs.
Think about it, you guys worry about LOL before we go.
We do.
You do. You guys do the show right here, no problem. You can do your show once a month, no problem. You can do your show every Monday, no problem. You guys come together, LOL, on that little table, and you guys
But that's not
freak
live
out.
on location anymore.
Well,
We're live
You're live on my
on
location.
yeah,
we're on
but
a
see, it's
location.
differently though. It's
It's
different when you have people in front of you, and I think that I don't know about for you, but when we do our shows, I mean, yes, we have the live audience at home, but we have people in front of us. Like last month, we had 50 people in front of us,
I like that.
and we want to make sure that they're having a good time. Like if you're going to take your time out of your day to come and see us, we want to make sure that the show is good and you
With
guys
no
will be
laugh
happy.
tracks, with
I can look
no.
at Chuck or Michelle or
Yeah.
Cheryl and get an idea of what's going on.
Yes, or you can see if they look bored, like if you're using them. Like, see, at home we don't know if you're like, oh my
If the
God.
numbers start to drop, we know
Yeah.
we're losing.
Well, it's
We're
been
losing-
almost,
that's it, we're
well, it's
losing.
almost an hour anyway. We try to keep
Has
it
it
in an
really
hour.
been
Oh, it's been, you guys are at 52
And
minutes.
plus, the whole point is that we really try with the live shows, and we try with this too, because when we shut this off, this will stay and people can watch it
Yes.
later.
Can
You know?
I get my Nintendo code in case they have Animal Crossing?
For real?
Can
Go ahead. I don't care.
If anybody has Animal Crossing or any Nintendo game and they want to play with someone, I'm giving you my Nintendo code because I'm going to be home. I have to find it to talk.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He's playing Nintendo, and I'm working on the next business thing. Thanks.
Stop. I am not. I'm doing all business stuff.
Whatever.
Well,
SW 0434 3573 4229.
If I would have known that, I could have made a pop-up for you.
I feel so like you just like announce lottery numbers or something. Like, do you remember in the old days they used to do the thing and they would call the
A bingo.
Yes.
like bingo.
B52.
Bingo! You can't call bingo. There's only one number.
Alicia said be positive that April is a go. I really hope that April is a go
I
for
think
all
so.
of us.
If it's not, I'm almost sure May will start to look better.
It's gotta be.
It's
No,
gotta
I
be.
get people. I don't know about you, but I get questions all the time from people that and stuff that I cannot say for sure. Like if you ask us, a lot of times, yes, we get to do stuff for Disney Media, but we get the same information that's out there. Like we don't know something extra that you don't. Like we put out the information. Like I've had a lot of people say, should I cancel my trip for this? Should I take my
Right,
kid
we really
here?
don't. They don't tell us.
Do I think
Especially this.
that they're going to
Yeah.
open April 1st? We don't know. I mean, as of
Did
right
you want to
now,
about the food? Disney's food?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like that, we did find out the second that they gave. Because I thought about when they close up the restaurant,
That's a lot of food.
where does
That's a
all the food
lot
go?
of
Think about the
They
cruise
gave it
ship
to the
food.
Second Harvest Food Bank, so it did not go to waste.
And both
Both
states.
Yep.
Both states. Okay.
And,
Yeah.
California and Florida
Could
gave.
you imagine the stock that was in? They thought the week was coming.
Yeah.
And
all of a
especially
sudden, boom.
the cruise ships, they would have to order all the. And the cruise ship has enough food, I think they said, for weeks is on one ship.
Do you know
So
what
it's
I
like-
read? I read it right before you came over. That some of the cruise ships, not Disney, I don't think, was Carnival, that they are in port and they're going to be used as hospitals if they're needed. That kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know them setting up like these
The
tent jobs,
the cabins could be.
like
Mhm.
hospital rooms.
But did you see the Red Cross floating hospital that was going overseas? The U.S. was sending it overseas. It's the size of a cruise ship, but it's got the big Red Cross on the side of it, and it's a hospital in the ocean, and the U.S. is sending it overseas where they need it.
I will
What I
say
was seeing.
this: if they should use them as hospitals and help people, I don't want to see pictures of it.
No.
I don't need to see the Disney Wonder set up as a hospital because I'll
No.
never get it out of my
No.
head.
No, right now it's
No.
Carnival that they're doing it first, that they offer their ships.
Fine. And Carnival already looks like a hospital, so I'm totally kidding.
There was that sponsorship. Good job,
We'll
John.
never go on Carnival.
There was the June show.
Yeah, Carnival will never work with us.
Carnival triage.
Oh gosh, no.
See, there's a lot of jokes to be made. I can't do it. It's too soon.
It's too soon. Maybe
Once it's over.
I think once it's over, then we can be able to.
I mean, you just have to be conscientious of the jokes you're making.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's the
But,
thing. But you have to
I
laugh.
do use the comedy sometimes to deal.
To cope.
Because
You
I
have
don't know
to.
what else to do.
You know, and that's the thing. I really believe that when people put out jokes about this whole thing on Facebook, it's to lighten the mood.
Right, but if they're racist.
No, but I mean like
some people do
toilet
that too.
paper jokes.
Yeah, the toilet paper
Or,
jokes.
like different parodies about, the quarantine, about all these different jokes. I really think that sometimes laughter is the best medicine. And it's funny. But you have to laugh or you'll cry.
Ace. You saw Ace?
He missed you.
Ace, I miss him. Ace was a magician on Main Street.
Oh.
Yeah. He did move away, so it has nothing to do with the coronavirus that he's not working anymore, but Ace used to go around and do magic.
Oh, that's very
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
So, if you guys we're about to wrap things up. If anybody has any...
Yeah, come on, ask us some questions.
TMSM cribs needs to be a thing. Oh my gosh.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. We'll walk you through. I'm going to
We're going to show you John's bidet.
I could just go to Amazon and show it to you.
We could take you through a tour and go to my tangled bathroom. Because I do have a tangled bathroom. I just have to make sure all my crap
Every morning, in order to get on with the day, she says, on the bowl, when will my life be?
Exactly. Do you know that above the toilet in my bathroom it says best day ever?
Does it really?
It does, I
If
swear.
you just five for the night before, best day ever!
Do you know why I put it there? I found that, because we were talking about having laughter earlier. Here we go, another rabbit hole. I found, you know how you can buy those decals to put on the wall that looks like paint?
Yeah.
Well, it said hashtag best day ever, and I thought it was really cute because I was trying to put tangled
that's cool.
everywhere. The only spot left I had in the bathroom
It's
was
fun.
above the toilet because I used up, I put glitter paint and everything everywhere. Okay, so now you all.
But now I got to rethink that Flynn picture that's in the bathroom.
The Flynn picture?
There's a Flynn picture in the bathroom now.
What?
There's a picture of Flynn and Rapunzel, but it's
Rapunzel?
in the bathroom area.
He's gonna be mad now. It's a
Let
cartoon.
me see how did they get his nose in this?
Did they get his
Zachary
nose?
Levi is not a
This is the
cartoon.
one where the nose is right.
They got my nose right. Yes. It's a cartoon. I was teasing.
I'm teasing you.
Whatever.
So Faith wants to know what exciting things you guys got going on this weekend. We have a barbecue.
Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. Saturday, you mind? I'm sorry I do this because I'm hoping they come too. Saturday, 9 p.m. Main Street Electrical Parade. Come to BigFatPanda.com and please watch it with me.
Shameless plug.
It's not even shameless.
It's not even shameless.
I got shamed! Right now I feel shame, but I still have to do it, otherwise I'm not going to have any job.
Nothing. Adam talked about Runaway Railway.
In the
Theme
song.
song in your house yet? Wait, Adam, what tells you I don't have that theme song?
He does when you hit the doorbell.
When you ring my door, it goes, what is it?
Nothing
can stop us now.
Nothing can stop us now! I'll tell you
Corona.
how we're going to make it happen. Let me tell you,
Corona
that
stopped
ride, I miss.
I
We only
do.
got to do it the one
See,
yeah, that's really such a good ride that I do want to go on.
I want to go back to.
And different seats.
I feel bad because like we tried to show John and I have a ride through video. I posted it a couple weeks ago when Disney took camera of us on the ride.
And so did Fox 35.
Yeah, it was actually on Fox 35 too. So my older son Andrew was there, and he was trying to show him something on the ride video, and Andrew like took his face.
Yes.
Because my kids haven't ridden
I didn't know that. By the way.
No. Because I was gonna take them back, but then everything closed. So like some people want spoilers for rides, and then some are like, no, I want to wait and see it. myself.
Unpopular opinion.
What?
I love Rise of the Resistance, but I like Mickey a little bit.
Oh.
That's bad, isn't it?
The Mickey ride is fun.
It's fun.
Because you had no expectations going into that ride. Where Rise of the Resistance,
I guess that's correct.
you had this. I mean,
I feel like Rise of the Resistance, I can go on it and totally love it and enjoy it. But there's something about Mickey that just, I love it and it's exciting every time because it's new and...
And you don't have to get up at the crack of dawn to get on the ride.
That's true. I think because I know it's accessible, yeah.
How about this, though? Okay, so they change what Mickey looks like about every 10 years, right?
That's true.
What are they going to do in 9 years?
I think this particular Mickey
Can stay.
is a certain style for the kids' kind of cartoon style. I think it'll kind of stay. I don't know.
He's
tinier also.
I know they have to do that to keep the copyright. They have to change the... They have to change him every few years to keep it legal.
I heard they might even change the copyright law just for Mickey Mouse.
Well, they've changed a lot of rules for Disney already, so I
They
mean...
have to, yeah.
They
never thought that, 100 years ago...
He would be an icon
90,
the way he is.
Really 90, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let's go back to what you were saying a second ago, before you guys started talking about copyright. What?
Oh, no, someone asked a question, they asked it again.
You want me to finish my thought?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll remember it.
I just have a question for him, and then you answer the question. Ask the question for us. Okay, so you said that you like Runaway Railway a little better than Rise of the Resistance, but you like them both.
Sure, I love them both.
Okay.
But I did definitely, if I had a choice, you said, John, right now you can go on anyone. I'm back on Mickey.
Okay, so I think I know the answer because I know what I would say.
Okay.
Where does Flight of Passage fit into all of that? Is that number 3? I mean, do you still think that, like, Mickey?
No, I'm putting Flight of Passage at like 5 or 6.
Aha!
Haunted Mansion would still go in the
yeah.
3 spot.
Flight was never in my top 10.
Yeah.
I still love Flight. I love though.
I like it, but it's not my top 10.
No.
I like Flight of Passage, but I mean, if we're talking honest, we're all friends. I don't see why sometimes it's a 2-hour wait for that ride. I mean, it's good, but it's not like I'm gonna wait 2 hours for it.
Yeah.
And it makes me nauseous. I mean, just saying.
And I just like to see figures. So I even like the boat ride sometimes.
I like the
Navi
River.
boat
Navi
ride.
River above
It's
Flight.
not long enough for me or anything
No.
like that.
I like it.
That whole scene at the end, I love.
I love the Navi River journey. I like it better than.
If you can count both parks, yeah. Or if you count both coasts, Pandora's not even in my top 10.
Yeah.
No.
Guardians goes in there before even Tower. I mean, there's so many rides that I would put up ahead, and there's Disneyland rides I put over Disney World rides.
I'm sorry, go
Go ahead, no, you go ahead.
Excited for Tron? Because I am.
I am
Yes.
so excited for Tron.
And I don't like the movies. I just want
I
to
know.
go.
I want to go on Tron. I could take or leave Flight of Passage. I don't remember the last time I was on Flight of Passage. It was probably a media event. I just don't care.
Yeah.
That sounds really bitter. I just don't care.
Okay, well, let's save it. Here's the question. Here's the question somebody asked.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the parks reopen. They're going to open tomorrow.
Yeah.
What park are you going to, and what's the first ride you want to go at?
Oh, it's gotta be.
Magic Kingdom.
It's gotta be.
And ride?
I will be at Magic Kingdom the day when it opens.
So what?
Unless there's, yeah.
And my plan would be there to be for Road Drop, because I want
I
to catch that first.
I might cry when it.
Because it's like the park just reopened again, 1971 all
Did you
over
see
again.
the Imagineering Disney video?
Yes, I've seen it.
Did you see when, I don't know if the gentleman was Hawaiian or Japanese, actually Japanese, and he talked about the earthquake and Disney had to close, and then when it reopened, how people needed to hug Mickey and they were crying.
Yes.
And he looks at the camera and he says, "This is what we do," and he was crying.
Oh, yes.
That's how I feel when it reopens. It's going to be people.
When Magic Kingdom reopens and you get the morning shows, you have all the morning stuff happen on the stage.
Oh.
You have the Happily Ever After that evening, Festival of Fantasy running again. Everything that day is going to be like the first time because it's going to, even 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's going to seem like a lifetime.
Haunted Mansion. I'd have to go on Haunted Mansion too.
Speaking of which, did you see the blue going up on the castle?
Yes.
it needed it so bad.
Yes.
But
And that might be done.
Royal, sharp, dark royal blue on the turrets.
Kind of like what they did out in Disneyland with Sleeping Beauty Castle. It was just a makeover. It's basically like a freshening up.
I wonder if it's going to make the projections better on the castle. I mean, they're crisp already, but I just wonder what
I don't
that's
know
going
if
to
the color does anything. Somebody said, do you think they'll have a special ceremony for the reopening?
They should.
Oh, they should.
But you know what I thought? When this is all done, as much as they may want to celebrate reopening,
You might just want to go back to business as usual.
only because are we going to be left with some
Residual, like.
people not here? And it's going to be like, we can't celebrate
John,
that
John, it's
100 people
sad.
died. No, I know, but I don't know. I don't know if
You know,
if
the
that
one
would be-
thing-
would that look heartless to have a celebration.
The way you said that, though, reminds me of something that Mark Daniel told me years ago. We didn't even know Mark at the time. We were at the studios. It was Frozen Summer Fun.
Gosh.
It was the last weekend of Frozen Summer Fun. It was getting ready to end, and we were
2014.
there like 2 days before the end of it. I just happened to see Mark, and I remember he was on stage for part of the show. So I stopped and I go, do you know if they're going to do anything special tomorrow night for the final performance or whatever, because we weren't coming back? And Mark's like, no. He goes, because every day is that person's final day. He goes, every show has to be just like you're here for vacation, you're not going to be here tomorrow. Tonight's show has to be as good as
That
tomorrow's
makes
show.
perfect sense.
And Mark said that to me, and I didn't even know Mark at the time, and we've become friends since then. But to hear him say that then still resonates in my head
it's a
that
perfect
it
way to
is.
look at
Every day at Disney has to be as same as the next day because it's your final day. Tomorrow's your final day.
Right.
Thursday is George's final day, whomever.
Right,
you know?
because just because we're locals and we can go back anytime we want to, that's not the case for most people. Like some people, it's
Which
a
is why I
year.
heard we don't get the makeover for the Haunted Mansion holiday
Yeah.
because people want to see the real Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And we
I
get the
would
tourists.
love to see it though.
Me too.
I mean, I
If
would
we
love
do
to
ever
see
go
it.
to
Go at
Disneyland,
Halloween.
that's where we should, or whatever the month before, whenever they.
August, I think. Oh no, I think it
They
starts
start at
because it
the end of
started
August. Their
right after
Halloween
D23.
Their Halloween starts in September out
Yeah.
there, like the first weekend in September. Ours starts in August. They close the mansion at the end of August to do the revamp of it.
Yeah.
And then when they reopen, they have the big Jack Skellington pumpkin out front
Yes.
and all that. I think that's cool.
Speaking of D23, when does Destination D tickets should go on sale soon for this year? Right?
Should be going on sale soon. I remember
Anytime
seeing it on the
I wonder if they'll
site.
still do the sale of the tickets before everything opens. I don't know.
I don't know. They may have to wait till it reopens and then
Just
put them
to
out.
keep it low.
Just to make sure, in case they decide to move it.
Also, people may think it's open.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
when
I
we do
think-
these virtual videos, people think, how are you there? It's called, like, that was recorded. They
It
don't-
was recorded. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I think right now is they're not putting out information on anything because I don't think they know. I mean, right now, they don't have a projected, I mean,
I know. They don't know.
things can, and here's the thing. Things change so fast. So they could say, okay, we're going to have Destination D tickets go on sale next week or whatever the case may be, but then something could pop up to where they have to change it. And then what? Then they got to backpedal. And then people panic because they don't understand why. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Or people don't want to spend the money because they're afraid. What if it's not open by then? Then they miss out. Then they're mad because they missed out. And
It
it's
makes
just,
sense. Yeah, it makes
it
sense.
causes all kinds of issues.
But as far as the park thing, Magic Kingdom first, the second park, if I was going to have to go to a second park, I know you didn't ask that part, but just because we were talking about Runaway Railway,
I'd go to Hollywood.
I want to go to Hollywood Studios and I want to
Me too.
take the kids on Runaway Railway because they haven't been on it yet.
If you were to take me with you,
I'll take you with you.
Isn't it funny how Hollywood Studios went from being the fourth
Right?
park now it's number
I
one or
was just
two?
thinking that.
It's like Hollywood Studios made a comeback and they're like, okay, now who's the
And then
second park?
Epcot will eventually win
But right
Ratatouille
now,
and Mary Poppins.
Guardians.
And, yeah, Guardians.
and I truthfully said, okay, let's go back to honesty since we're talking about Pandora. I don't remember the last time I was in Animal Kingdom. It's my least favorite park. When we used to come here, it was like my
There will be something coming there that's going to make it.
It's got to. I think they thought Pandora would be the clincher for everything, that everybody's going to go there now because of Pandora. And I think that they've got so many other wonderful things going on that people are starting, the hype of Pandora is going down.
I agree, yeah.
And now, like, people would rather go, like, to Toy Story Land or do the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge or now the new ride. And I think that when Epcot is all done,
Yes.
people are going to be
also.
like, Animal Kingdom move.
Yeah,
really.
I agree.
You know, they're going to
Yeah.
have to do something to
And even
upgrade
Journey
it.
to Imagination will get something at some point, too.
Yeah, they have to do something. I mean,
Speaking of a different topic that I was just thinking about, I've been trying to lose weight to get on Tron. I know there might be a big boy seat, but now with this quarantine, We got to be careful, everyone. I'm saying, listen, I'm talking
He's
to myself.
talking about himself.
No, you two can gain weight. But no, we can all come. I can come out of this.
Jimmy said he ate all your snacks already.
I hope
he said
Jimmy
it earlier.
Does.
Quarantine
But
snacks.
we could all get fat with this.
Well, that's what they did. You see what I
It's going to turn into Wally.
It's going to turn into Wally.
Take it up.
Okay, so I had to just say this to his point. This is just a funny joke. So on my personal Facebook blog yesterday, I put out a quote from the news. And it was the health expert that they were talking to, Amy Coughlin was talking to, a health expert. And this lady was warning the masses, like, you will gain 30 pounds, up to 30 pounds, if you eat all your quarantine snacks and you don't make healthy choices, that during this time you must make healthy choices or you're going to blow up, basically. So the anchor says, okay, well, what do you suggest people do for these healthy choices? The lady says, go make a big pan of lasagna, and so you can freeze half of it, and then you can, freeze your lasagna.
I have your results of lasagna right here. You're wrong.
And then she said, like a big pan of mac and cheese, like an oven mac and cheese. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself,
I cannot tell about the mac and cheese, but the lasagna,
yes,
I've done the experiment. And I did save it, and I did eat it over the course of time.
But you still ate it.
All this is what you get.
But the health expert, that's what killed me. So then they ended the segment pretty much.
Maybe she meant cauliflower lasagna.
No, she did not say.
I think she was saying instead of candy and snacks and stuff, they had real food.
Yeah, she was saying real food instead of snacks. And I'm not saying, I think she was just talking about making smarter choices. But then on the TV, they show a big old pan of lasagna going in the oven. I was like,
sponsored by Stouffer's. Okay, I have a question for you, John. Because I asked this to Michelle a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So with Disney continuing to build these rides that just blow everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
And they keep coming up with these long wait times. Rise of the Resistance isn't slowing down. Smuggler's Run isn't. Mickey's Runaway Rail isn't slowing down. Tower and Rock and Roller Coaster are still long. Toy Story Mania and Slinky Dog long rides. You still have Seven Dwarfs, which is 6 years old now. That's still got a 2-hour wait sometimes.
Yep.
Pandora's its long waits. Epcot's going to have it with their 3 new rides. When is Disney finally going to say, okay, we have too many long waiting rides and we need another park to alleviate some of the crowd?
Okay, you would think that opening another park alleviates some of the crowd. It usually doesn't.
It probably bring more people.
For some reason, it does. It brings more people, and now we're just kind of even. I agree with you.
Because we're at like 98%
See what else you just said about
capacity.
dwarfs being... If you build it right, like Peter Pan's Flight, the people still come, it'll never close.
So these rides are probably, that's why I was trying to say, when me and Michelle were talking about this, I was like, Rise of the Resistance will never have a normal wait.
I don't think so.
I don't think so for at least a decade.
It'll always be, at least, even when it's not boarding groups, a few hours.
Because if Seven Dwarfs or Roller Coaster usually has a 90-minute wait, I would say, on average, still 6 years later for a 2-minute ride.
Yeah.
Peter Pan has an hour and a half to
90.
75 to 90.
How old is that?
Yeah.
48 years
old. And I still don't get that. I mean, I like the ride, but I'm not waiting an hour and a half to go on.
It's the amount of carts on it compared to the Haunted Mansion. That's what I figured out has to be the reason it backs up. It's the same ride system.
That's a line too.
Haunted Mansion just has a lot more ride vehicles at one time.
Where
Peter Pan doesn't have.
Going to where they can
absolutely right.
And that's what I noticed about Mickey's Runaway Rail. That line moves fast.
It does move pretty fast.
Because when we were in it, if you remember, after the ceremony, we all got in line. You guys were way ahead of me.
Each car is 2 rows of 4 and 4 cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys, there must be a ton of cars. There must be a ton of cars because you guys were way ahead of me in line. There was a crowd of people coming in behind me, and by the time we all got off of it, there was no line.
Yep.
Peter Pan is still a 45-minute
It is.
It is.
But yeah, I just don't think we're ever going to get back to a normal-sized crowd, especially with these new rides. Tron is going to be a 3-hour wait.
That's the thing. Here's that too.
Listen, things may change when it all reopens.
But okay, let's say, oh gosh, I just thought of something.
What would have helped is that theater that they were going to build on the beach.
That would have helped.
I'm sure it's still coming at some point.
I would hope so.
Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is supposed to open this summer. What's it going to affect that?
It's got it, because I don't think they're... I mean, it was
they're
almost
probably
done.
still working on it.
It was almost done, but I don't think they can still work on it.
I heard that
Still
some of
working
the
on some stuff.
construction workers were told to stay home too,
Right.
as of yesterday. I
But
believe.
I think the cameras, when they went over, I still saw people working on the castle, the painting. So
Maybe it's
So-
outdoor jobs. They can still work.
it could
Indoors,
maybe,
they don't
maybe
want.
it's a social distancing thing.
Could be.
If you're up on a crane,
Well, yeah, somebody can paint because nobody's up
Right.
with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just wonder, like, would they have, you know, like Ratatouille's supposed to open this summer, and I thought it was supposed to be early summer.
Ron Schneider is here, and he's my favorite.
He's your favorite.
He's
Hi,
my
Ron.
favorite. Ron, she doesn't like Figment.
But he defended
She
me
thinks
last
he needs a
time.
timeout.
Ron, you defended me last time. Do you remember? Because you said you agreed with me about old Figment versus new Figment. I hope you still feel that way.
And that new Figment is a
For
spoiled
those who
little
don't know,
kid.
Ron was the original dream finder.
He's
at
the
that
original
time.
dream finder.
And he's still a dream finder. Sometimes a few nightmares, but he's still a dream finder. Ron is also in that the World of Tomorrow series.com that I told you about.
I'm just like waiting for him to say he doesn't agree with me anymore. But he
No, he
did.
doesn't.
He did the last
She
time.
also doesn't like Sunny Eclipse, and we all know that.
Oh, I don't like new Figment. I'm sorry. Now I'm like
The truth is, yeah, new Figment is not as good as old Figment.
But she's never felt bad about it until Ron was on. Now she feels
Do
bad.
you know who did the voice of the original Figment?
Wasn't it Tony Baxter?
No.
Was it?
He might have for a thing, but in the ride.
No.
I actually forgot his name. I can't.
Oh my
I asked
God!
the trivia
Why did you
question.
ask the question?
Hold
when
on.
You don't have the answer.
Hold on. Can you look at that up real quick? I know his name. It's,
Original voice of.
yeah, Ron would know, but he probably ran in and ran
He
out.
probably left us already.
He was a very short gentleman.
Dan DeVito.
No. Shorter than him.
Yo.
And you'll know his voice if you see the actor.
Bill Barty.
Billy
Billy
Barty.
Barty.
Billy
yes.
Barty.
Billy Barty.
Can they imagine too?
Oh, Lord.
I loved him. Gyroscopes and plasmatisms.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Oh, Ron said I love you both.
See, he doesn't hate
He's
me.
awesome. Ron is awesome.
Billy Barty.
Billy
Thank
Barty.
you, Ron.
was
Billy
awesome.
Barty was in a boxing movie or something, wasn't he?
Billy Barty was in some things. You should Google him because
I
I
know.
know.
I'm kind of thinking, even though Ron technically had a spiel with Billy Barty, Ron probably didn't meet him. I'm not sure of that, but he's got to let me know
He's saying stuff.
if he ever met him.
Billy Barty.
Because you can do all that voice stuff without actually being there. So,
Oh yeah, because that's how they do some movies. Actors don't even
Right.
film
And I
together.
don't, and I don't know if Ron even did Don't Ever Do That Again. I don't know what he said. I don't know what I have to not do. I'm kind of scared now. I'm going to be on Ron's bad side.
I know, we're all like squirming.
Billy was on the Rescuers Down Under. He was
Oh,
on
I
the
think he needs to ask you a trivia question that you don't know
The answer to.
But if he would have said the answer, I would have known. But right.
Right, that's it.
I don't know everything you do. I'm not that old.
Well, no, because you were trying to give our friend Keith a plug for his business, and you're like, that's the name of the company is. And we didn't know.
Oh, they did record together, and he met him twice before
That's
he was
awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Billy Barty was in Willow. I
Yes.
wanted to say he was in something else.
He was in the voice. He was one of the voices in the Rescuers Down Under. Also.
Rescuers Down Under? Really?
And he was in Masters of the Universe, the movie.
I loved his whole personality.
But he had done movies since the 30s.
Oh, I bet.
He died in. I just looked up. He died in 2000.
Oh, wow.
So he was in. I think it was called Tough Guy. Was that the name of the movie with Burt Lancaster and Kurt Douglas? They did a movie in the 80s. They were both old mob guys or they robbed banks or something like that. And they
That
got out of
sounds familiar.
jail. And Billy was one of the guys they went to go find after they got out of jail, and couldn't find. He was like in a wheelchair and all this
Boy,
stuff. And
did
he
we
couldn't-
go out another rabbit hole.
It's okay.
It's a great movie. It was Dana Carvey's, like one of Dana Carvey's first big movies.
So can we do this again next week at some point?
If you want to.
I can, as long as you are
As long as you
quarantined and I'm quarantined, we
Yeah.
can double quarantine.
We double quarantine. As long as my house is
double-
clean and yours is clean.
Bring
and-
more of the
Double-
sanitizer.
Yeah, as long as we're alive. We should have a little temperature thing before you.
Yeah,
come
make
in.
sure, like, as long as, whatever you want to do. As long as you guys would like to hear us keep laughing at you.
Did we go on too much? Tell us the truth. You can be brutally honest with
Yeah,
me.
we're
Although
not-
next
I don't cry
Monday,
until after the camera shuts.
next Monday though you can't because you already have a guest.
Not Monday, he said next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not the Monday.
Yeah, because Monday she has a wrestler
Who?
here.
Who's? Oh, Hottie to Scotty.
Scotty too hottie over
Hottie
here.
biscotti.
Hottie
It's,
biscotti.
He is gonna body slam you.
It's an Italian dessert. Hottie biscotti.
Oh, no, Scotty too hottie is on our Monday.
And actually, a week from Sunday is WrestleMania, which was supposed to happen in Tampa but got moved to the Performance Center in Orlando with no audience.
Orlando.
Sarah, who paid you to say that?
Oh, Sarah Cooley. She is one of she always watches and
And she said earlier this is what gave her a laugh. She said
Thank
watching
you,
the show,
Sarah.
she said earlier that watching this is what's helping her get through it.
Aw.
Or something to that degree. Don't let me say that for sure, Sarah, but I think she said something to that degree, like this is what's helping her.
And that's what we want to do. I know that we
Yeah, it's
lost.
helping me. I know when I leave this, I feel like
Feel better.
I feel like I talk to people and you. And
Yeah.
He runs out of here as soon as the show's over.
Yeah,
It's like a media
well,
event and he's gone.
tonight Animal Crossing comes out in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so.
He's got to be home by then.
Get ready.
Okay, well then stay tuned, and then we will try to arrange something else for next week.
Thank you guys very much.
And
Unless you have questions,
I
if you
think they
send them
asked.
through, did they do them
I
already?
think so. Well,
Okay.
we asked like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Someone said I'm available next week. I think we're all available
Sure
next
you will.
week. Yeah.
Michelle
Yeah.
Perkins is in the studio audience when we do TMSM.
I think she wants to do this studio.
Robert Carlson, are you serious? You wait till I see you again. Snack.
Robert.
He's
Wow.
lying. He's lying.
You know what he sounds like?
I can't.
This is helping us too. Fall asleep.
Fall asleep. He's the hecklers from
The hecklers from
Muppets. And then he's got to go, He is. He's the hecklers from the Muppets.
You know, Jimmy. It's Jimmy. Can't be Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Horn.
Is that how you pronounce it? Because I always pronounce the E. I guess you should have. Okay. I'm sorry.
And that's why Jimmy's never going to have
And
you
that's
on.
why Jimmy likes me better than you.
Oh, because of that?
Because I'm nice.
Jimmy will be here next week instead of Panda.
Next week it'll be Jimmy Horn. That's so funny.
Robert Carlson, I'm lying. You know I enjoy this.
I know you do. We love you
Tell me,
too.
Robert. When he goes to Cars Land, does he feel like it's his?
Panda is meh.
Maybe we should end.
Oh, Linda loves Jimmy. Sorry.
Next time Jimmy's in
At
town.
least Jimmy's loved by someone.
Next time Jimmy's in town, we should get him over here.
Oh yeah, next time, Jimmy, when you're in town, you should join us for one of these.
And Lisa.
chat fests.
Lisa's hilarious.
I like Lisa.
Do you know what I'm doing? Lisa Daichi.
did.
It's Lisa Daichi.
She actually was the better Ursula than you at Villains.
She really was. I was sad with my makeup. I was.
Hers was spot
Nobody
on.
knew what that. There was a feather on
It looked
me.
like you had a lizard
You look
tentacle
like you
coming
were
out of your
in
head.
like in a
An
fight.
Indian thing. I look like a purple Indian.
You look like you.
You can't say that.
What? What? Is that bad?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, if you go to Disney and you go on the boat that goes around, the big ferry boat, you see the teepees and the Indians, and they put a feather on me and made me purple. I look like a purple,
It was a tentacle.
but it
It was supposed to be a tentacle. It was
It
supposed to
didn't
be.
look like
You were supposed to be Ursula.
But
I liked it better when you did Chef Boyardee.
But I have a question. Why did she draw tentacles on your head?
Thank you!
Oh,
Nobody knew it was a tentacle because it's not in the tentacle area.
Yeah,
There's a
like
tentacle on my arm.
like
maybe.
Ursula, and she drew nothing against the people at Disney Couture because they had to do it quickly. But he had like a whole like squid.
They were trying to be creative, and I get that, but you couldn't tell it was a tentacle.
Did you see what Jimmy just said, though?
Yeah, she was mortified. I don't know.
It was pure
she seemed
pressure.
Lisa really seemed to enjoy it.
She actually, when the makeup on and everything, she really did.
Yeah.
You know, when they put Jimmy, in all fairness, though, they put us in the chair, and they kind of took look us over, and they just started putting.
Okay, can I tell you one thing? Everybody's hair was all cool. I thought those were wigs. I didn't know that when I had short hair, I wasn't going to get anything. So I thought I was going to be in drag. I thought they were going to drag
Didn't
me
they put
up.
silver paint throughout your hair or something?
Yeah, they drew tentacles on my shirt. I don't know.
No, because they took my hair and they wrapped like these.
Styrofoam
I felt like I was
things.
bippity boppity fooled.
Jody's
Jody
makeup
was
was
great.
dead on.
They
She was
really
good.
do a good job, except I
And
don't know.
who's the mayhem guy that we know?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Oh,
great guy.
yes.
He was Hades, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Disney Couture does a good job with but they had like a mini Disney Couture going on.
Right,
They
right.
didn't have like
It was
And it was
quick.
a rush.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah.
so. But yeah, that was fun.
And they could do Marvel characters, which I found out after the fact. Because Chris
But
did,
I already have the physique of Captain America, so it's probably weird.
I was thinking more like Thor, but yeah, Captain
Exactly.
America.
Which
From Endgame.
From Endgame.
Okay.
Waiting to get the cable fixed.
very. Do you not think I expected him to say this?
Yeah, I know.
But Thor actually got muscular by the end of the movie.
Exactly.
You could have been Hulk.
So by the end of the day, you might be muscular. Who knows?
Jimmy said Hulk.
I'll do that.
And you know what?
He should have greened me up.
That would have been good. And you had the perfect length of hair and everything.
I would do that.
Yes, you could have done Hulk.
I could be the fat Hulk. Yeah, I'll do it.
But no,
short fat Hulk.
It makes more sense than Ursula.
Bulk!
Bro Panda and Scott is Korg.
I'm going to be Bulk.
Hey, man.
Oh my god.
You've been using it the whole time. Now you're going to give it to us empty?
That's it. I have one in the car.
There's 2 sprays left. There you go.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I do have a new one.
Are you serious?
This is the Black Cherry Merlot from Bed Bath & Beyond, which they smell too good. I don't think there's any alcohol in these. I get worried.
I already smell like pumpkin. Do that in the back.
Merlot and pumpkin spice.
I don't know why I want to smell like
You guys are going to be the cleanest ever.
I'm going to put it on my face.
Scrub your eyeballs with it. What Marvel character has the biggest head? Either Hulk or Thanos.
It's Hulk.
I don't know. Thanos is supposed to be really close in size.
Thanos has a big melon.
James Morales is avocado man. That would be me.
Luke Cage has a pretty big melon.
So, like, I smell like the cherry Merlot on this side and
pumpkin Merlot.
The cupcake on this side.
Pumpkin spice.
We are not doing like Seinfeld where they went out with a bang. We just consistently lose.
I know. They're like, these people are insane.
It's like 500 or like it's
well, it's been an hour and a half. Maybe people have TV shows.
We need to know when to cut it out, guys.
Go till midnight.
How did you get a hairdo?
I just pushed it up.
His hair is...
Scott just changed his hair.
He needs a haircut, so he puts gel or whatever on the top of his hair, so when he goes like this...
But it changed in 10 minutes.
I know.
You should see when I get angry.
Alright,
okay,
I'm leaving too now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for this week.
Ron said Robert Downey Jr. has the biggest head. He really did. Not physically. He's got a big head.
Dr. Doolittle was. I didn't even watch it, but nobody did.
Well, I heard it wasn't good.
I know.
And I heard Robert Downey Jr. kind of didn't do well.
He should probably have sticked.
No, but I think he was ripping on Robert Downey Jr. because he thinks he's...
Yeah.
I like him, though.
He's a good guy.
I saw him. I was at the ceremony at D23.
When he was inducted.
Well, he was on the
Couldn't
stage.
see around him.
She tells me today she also saw Pee Wee Herman and she didn't say hi to him.
I did see Pee Wee Herman.
I wouldn't be able to hold my...
John Favreau.
I
was
did.
there.
Him I would like to say hi to.
So I was in the room with them when they did Nancy Legends, but let me tell you what Pee Wee Herman
Robin Roberts.
I did meet Feig's sister.
Kevin Feige?
Kevin Feige's sister.
Shut the front door.
I have to tell you.
I saw Pee Wee Herman.
Kevin Feige's a lot better.
I didn't see him. I saw the sister, and she is a big fan.
Do you know how long I look up, how many times I've tried to just reach out to try to find Kevin Feige, just to email him
so
and
if I
thank
see
him?
the sister again as a big fan fan, I'll try to get you to him. But I will need to pitch Captain Meatball to him.
You can pitch whatever you want. I just want to meet the guy and thank him.
I could do Captain Meatball.
I just want to thank him for what he did to MCU.
Listen, if it's not Captain Meatball, I could be Parmesan.
You need a sidekick.
I want a part in your superhero.
I can't do it with him. I'm sorry. I'll be Parmesan, and she could be like Pecorino.
She used to make fun of my... I tried to create a superhero years ago, and she told me to save it.
Parmesan and Mootsie.
I tried to create one years ago, Bagel Boy, and she didn't like it. It was going to be inside of a bakery, and the bad guy was going to be Al Calzone.
No, it should be Alzone.
And then the Eclair Brothers. The Eclair Brothers.
Okay, but why? I have to ask why Mootsie.
Mozzarella. You didn't know that?
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were going with that.
If Mootsie is not apparent, we got to change it because you should have known that was mozzarella.
And then I had Muffin Man, the pizza slicer.
I was making sure it wasn't anything other type of reference or anything.
No, mozzarella.
I think it's cute. We could have a whole cartoon. Somebody.
Then I had Muffin Man, the pizza slicer. His weapons were pizza slicers.
Muffin Man?
Muffin Man.
We kind of did that already. The Muffin Man is a thing.
Mine's better.
We should come up with a whole new extended Marvel.
We gotta do the dramatization dramas first.
You guys that are still listening.
What was I gonna say, Stacy? Stacy said she thought I was gonna say something bad. I'll talk to her tomorrow and find out what it is.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we really are gonna say goodnight now.
Thank you so much for
Thank you for watching.
We appreciate it more than you know.
And please stay safe, be happy, and we will be talking to you.
You guys got 190 of the laughing face with tears.
I think
205.
Crying.
205. It just jumped up.
That they're crying for us.
Either that or they're like...
they can't entertain.
Oh, boy. Okay, all right, we will hopefully see you guys next week. Just staying...
Yeah, that's just one of 10 people.
Stop interrupting so we can say goodnight.
208, 210, 210.
All right, good
Okay.
night.
Good night.
Take care. We will see you next week.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.